heart. And so what you doing? I don't remember exactly how the conversation started, just relationally, asking her questions. Because she had a tattoo that said lonely heart. I think it said lonely heart or something like that. And she's like, oh, that's from when I was young. So I asked, oh, so are you not lonely anymore? She's like, no, I'm married, I have 3 kids, So then I was asking her about God. Talking, sitting there, I was like, I really feel like you have a heavy heart. Like, is that something we can pray about today? She's like, yeah, I have a really heavy heart because it's 9/11, That's when all that evil happened. And her one son served in Iraq. So she's just like kind of grieving over that it ever happened. And I was encouraging her that she can give it to the Lord, like that He's coming to make all things right. That she had 2 sons and a daughter that were in the military. And so I said I'd pray for her.
We started talking to this one girl, and so I started asking her what kind of noodles she liked. Noodles? Yeah, and so she started talking about different foods and stuff like that.
I told her about how my encounter before I was a believer, how I saw the Grand Canyon, and I realized, oh, there's a God who created this and has created me, kind of deal. And I think we were just trying to lean it towards that. We asked her for prayer, but she said no. So.
And then we had kind of a long conversation, and I think she felt the love of God in that.
And our last one was we saw a security guy outside of this hair salon shop. And he was telling us how we were like, oh, so do you believe in God? And he's like, whoa, there's no question about it. And he was telling us the story of how someone shot him, he died, they put him in a body bag, and they put him in the ice room where the morgue is. And then he rose up from the dead. 40-some minutes later, and he said that he saw a white light, and he knew that undeniably it had to be God. But then the thing was, he was hurt by the church because, some churches, they have their own way of doing things, and he didn't agree with it. Aaron totally went all out about gospel and tithing and all that good stuff for people who've been hurt by the church. Yeah, just thank Jesus for all these encounters.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
So we went to the food court because I was hungry. And we thought, shop and help these guys with their business. And we ended up at this one table with this Vietnamese man from Nebraska, of all places. And he just came here. We couldn't get away from him. He just wanted us to talk to him. And we tried to give him some tracts and things, and he would not take them. No, I'm a giver. I'm not taking your things. So he literally bought us 2 rounds of tea, a passion fruit tea and a green tea, and just determined to bless us. And it was a very interesting conversation. I think the part I remember is at one point, I was pushing just a little bit to get to the subject of Christ, and he would say, it was really strange. It's like he really wanted us to stay there, but at the same time, he was just, I wish these people would go. You could see it all over his face, but every time we try to leave, wait, don't you want me to give you something else? At one point, he said, you're being too personal. I have to get to know you first. And I thought, well, that's the truth. When you minister to the Asian culture, it's all about family and relationship, and they're not going to share their heart with you. And we really were a little discouraged because we're like, there's nobody here, and we couldn't really get them to engage with us. I'm not sure they all spoke English, but they would take the Vietnamese tract from us. Almost, I would say 9 to 10 out of people we talked to were Vietnamese. We didn't come across any other nationality. And then we said, let's just sit on the bench and see what Jesus does. It took less than 2 minutes for this man to come over and talk to us for 45 minutes at least. Talked our ears off. He's a Muslim, and he's probably coming here to church. Probably is, just because he's so good.
Yeah, but he for sure wanted to see at least one of us here when he would get here. That was very important to him.
It was. Yeah. See, what happened is he's been to visit other Christian churches, and people like us have invited him, but then they weren't at the building when he came. So he's like, invite me to the building, and you didn't show up when I came. So I gave him my card, and I said, you text me right before you come, and I will be there if it's not 6 in the morning. And he said, okay.